afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna, and I'm one of your hosts of the Edge with Donna and Cathy on IC Radio. That's in Christ Radio. We're your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television a couple of different ways. You can find us on channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And I did wanted to say this, Rob Patz is a little bit under the weather. And so Rob was going to be on the show, one of our shows, and couldn't make it today. I hope he doesn't have that cruddy flu that's going around. What say you, Cathy?
It's bad, Donna. It's really bad. One of my children had it, and she is still on antibiotics from a secondary infection, not from the flu. You know, but flu and COVID, they're both going hand in hand, I'm hearing. So hopefully we can weather this storm and we can look to the future and we will have a positive outcome. But, you know, me and you have talked a lot in the past weeks over the holidays, and now it's getting time to think about what you've spent, right?
And how to save money. And I found this really neat article, and I love this website. It's nerdwallet.com. It would fit me, nerdwallet.com. So we found there's 22 proven ways, and I want to get all of these in today, Cathy. These are really, really good, because if you've overspent for the holidays, and it happens, I know you think I got to spend this on this person, that on that person, but sometimes we overspend, and then guess what? We wake up the next month, we get a bill in from the credit card company, and we got to pay a huge bill. So let's talk about how we can save money beginning first part of the year, actually now, and going ahead and get this stuff handled. Cathy, you want to start with the first one?
Yes. Automate transfers is the first money saving tip they give. And this is actually by setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account each month. So in other words, make sure you're also paying down that credit card debt that you just ran up through the holidays, but actually allotting something to go into your savings account, and you can do it automatically. That way you won't miss the money, because then the money's there, you're going to want to spend it somewhere else, right, Donna? This is a useful technique, especially useful when trying to build up your savings account for a fund, for your emergency fund, or your vacation, or you're building a down payment for a car or a home. You can also let apps like Digit or Quadruple do some of the work for you, because everything's so much digital now. But you can learn more about all these apps that automate savings and decide if they're a good fit for you. Now, with that being said, Donna, go to your bank. Just go buzz by there and ask them, can you pull $20 out of your checking into your saving every month? $50, $100, because then by the time Christmas comes around again, you'll have a Christmas fund. They used to do Christmas club accounts. Do you remember that years ago?
Oh yeah, my granddad would do this every single year. And he by the bank. Now there was a bank in Oxford. That's where I grew up. And my granddad actually did banking there. It was downtown on Main Street. You know, they're revitalizing downtown Oxford right now. But there was an old bank, and there was a Mr. Logan who was with that bank. And my granddad, every 2 weeks before Christmas, would go by. And they'd always like to give us all money for Christmas. And he would say, Mr. Logan, and this is back when you could do the handshake deals. Okay, you can do this now. Yeah. Mr. Logan would say, Mr. Shears, what are you in here for? My granddad would say, well, I need a little money for Christmas. And so he'd get $200. And this is what he would say. We'd get back in the car, and he said, now watch what I'm doing. He's a money manager. He said, you watch what I'm doing. He said, I'm going to spend this money, but before this is ready in 30 days, before it's ready to pay back, I'm going to go ahead and put that money back in there. So what he was doing was establishing a credit with the bank without paying any interest. And that's a cool way to do it. Now, there's another one. This is number 2. It's called Count Your Coins and Bills. You know, a lot of folks don't do that. And Phil is the world's worst. He's really bad at paying cash for something, and then he'll put the coins somewhere and not spend them. And that drives me nuts. So I like to spend those coins too. So another option is saving your change manually by setting it aside each night. After you have a sizable amount, you can deposit it directly into your savings and watch your account grow from there. In fact, when you want to watch your spending, it's a good idea to use cash instead of using credit cards, because it can be harder to part with physical money. It really can. I hold on to that dollar bill as long as I can. Watch
Yes.
the strategy. While this strategy does not build savings overnight, it's a solid approach for slow and steady savings growth. That's a great way to do it.
And the next one, Donna, is real important. And oh my goodness, COVID has helped us with this actually over the past couple of years, making a grocery list. I like to shop online, but now I don't do delivery, but I do pick up from a local grocery store. So you're not charged extra, because you go pick it up. But before you go grocery shopping, okay, it's the step 3 on this article with the nerdwallet.com, a little work before you go. Check your pantry. Make a shopping list to avoid impulse buying, something that you don't need. Learn how to get coupons, join loyalty programs. A lot of grocery stores have it where you can put in your phone number and it gives you rewards, or you can clip coupons and you can take those in. Also, make sure you check with your supermarkets for monthly ads. A lot of times they have monthly ads or weekly ads. Those are good ways to save a little money. If you get cash back on a credit card, then it might be advisable to use your credit card, especially if you're doing something online, because then you actually earn a little cash back. And that can help because you get points for spending the money too. But now in that instance, you want to pay it off, of course, at the end of the month if you're doing that. But some cards do offer as much cash back as 5 or 6%. You just have to see the ones that are out there. Another thing is enter your zip code for your local area supermarkets and see who has the best deals. Take your little grocery list that you've compiled and decide, which store has the cheapest version of it, because a lot of grocery stores have their own value chain, like their superfood or whatever it's called. It just their product that's a generic of maybe the McCormick. Instead, you're getting the store seasoning, so you save some dollars that way too. But I know the apps that I use, actually, I think I have saved a lot of money grocery shopping over this past year, because I've got to where now I look in my pantry and I just pick the things that I actually need. Where you go in a grocery store, if you're hungry, you're going to spend more money. If you go in the grocery store hungry, you're always going to spend more money.
Yeah, that's another huge tip right there. And
oh yeah, don't go shopping hungry.
When I shop online, what I like, I'd rather shop online and either go pick it up or have it shipped to me. And that way, because I love Snickers bars, that's a big thing with me. If I pass by and I see a Snickers bar, I'm going to go, and I'll put it in the cart. However, if I have it delivered, I don't do that. And I've actually lost a little weight by doing that. That may be the secret to weight loss. Every time I run into somebody, they say, "Are you losing weight?" And I say, it's probably because I'm doing online shopping. Okay. I'm not getting all the Snickers bars and going for it. Number 4 is really good. And that's minimize restaurant spending. One of the easiest expenses actually to cut when you want to save money is restaurant meals, since eating out tends to be pricier than cooking at home. If you still want to eat at restaurants, try to reduce the frequency and take advantage of credit cards that reward restaurant spending. And I've got one. It's by Capital One. And Cathy, I have never spent interest on this card. We pay it off just as soon as, and as a matter of fact, we make payments on that card twice a month, because I don't feel like I'm saving it. And some people do this. They'll say, well, I'm going to get that credit card because it gives me 5% back. Not if you're taking forever to pay it because you're paying interest on it. So make sure you pay it off in time. But that is an awesome, awesome, awesome way to save some money. You can also opt for appetizers or split an entree with your dining companion. Bill and I do that a lot to save money when you eat out. Skipping drinks and dessert, and that'll help stretch that budget as well. Now, a lot of restaurants, you got to kind of watch them. All of our sponsors are awesome. But sometimes you'll say, yeah, I think I'll take some coffee. And then you'll look and they've snuck a charge on there for that coffee instead of free. Don't be embarrassed to ask, what is the cost of this coffee? Because sometimes it's a little trick. And they'll say, would you like coffee? And then you say, yes, you get the bill in, there's an extra $5. So be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Okay. It's going to save you money. You're supposed to not going to pay your bill, but I'm going to say all of our sponsors are awesome. They don't use trickery to you. I'm talking about some of the big national chains. Shop local.
Oh, well, yeah. And, and that's important because think about, I have to say this. I had a fast food restaurant that before COVID hit, I went through there and I got a sweet tea and it was 99 cents. 99 cents. So it was like $1.04 and then went to $1.10. And now that same fast food restaurant has gone to $1.59 to $2.39 for a large sweet tea. So, I mean, that's almost the cost of a half a jug of a Milo sweet tea at the grocery store. I mean, you can buy a whole gallon almost for 2 sweet teas now at the fast food.
But you know something, if you opt for water,
restaurant, I know we still need to support them. So
and make sure you tip your server too, because they're doing the job of 2 and 3 people at this point. There's another one, and take this one up, Cathy. It's on Map Out. Get discounts on entertainment. How can you do that?
Yes. You got to check your listings, like the movie theaters. A lot of times your local movie theaters, in the summertime, especially, that's a great time because they usually run the matinee movies during the summer, where it's discounted and you can bring your children or your grandkids. That's a great thing to take advantage of. Another thing is free days at museums and national parks. This is ways you can save on your entertainment cost, because a lot of times in the summer and even now in the cold weather, you have free concerts outdoor. Sometimes they do free movie nights, like at a park. Those are some great ways to take advantage. Plus, too, you have to remember always, if you are a military personnel, or a spouse of a retired military person, then a lot of times you can get discounts. They'll ask you, are you military? And you can get military discounts as well.
Don't forget senior discounts.
Senior discounts. What age does that start, Donna? 60?
55.
Really? Didn't know that. Okay. Map out major purchases, Donna. You take off with this one.
Yeah, this is a real good one right here too. I really like this. You can actually start by timing your purchases of appliances. That's really key right there, appliances, because guess what? It's going to go out when you don't need it to. But kind of keep up with what they are. If you start having an older washing machine, refrigerator, or whatever, and cars, electronics, and more according to the annual sales periods. It's also worth confirming a deal is actually a deal by tracking prices over time. You can do that. You can let tools do the step for you. The Camelizer, and I'm going to get this one right here. It's spelled Camelizer. It's a browser extension if you shop online. And what this does is tracks prices on some of the big box companies, and it can alert you that the prices are going to drop. And also the Honey browser. I use Honey all the time. It's saved me lots of money. The Honey browser extension pulls in a coupon code and checks for lower prices anywhere else. Now sometimes it's kind of aggravating because when you get on that website, there goes Honey. And it's like, you're having to cut down on some of the pop-ups and everything, but it's worth it because I've saved a lot of money by using those. Now, when you're shopping in person, just make sure you get the best deal by using the Shop Savvy app. Get the app, it's free, okay? Shop Savvy, and it's spelled SHOPSAVVY. Make sure you get that app. It lets you scan barcodes and alerts you to better prices elsewhere. You were talking about that on another show. So that is key. Make sure you've got the, let technology work with you, not against you. So that'll work for you right there. Now, Cathy, we're going to have to go into a commercial break, and we're going to be right back in just a few minutes. So y'all hang in there. I'm getting hungry for some pizza from Tony's Pizza. We're about to make your life just a little bit easier. Join Tony and April at Tony's Pizza and Subs in Center and Cedar Bluff, Alabama. We're cooking up some hot, delicious pizzas, and we'd like to bake one for you. We are home-owned, not a chain, and our pizzas are fresh, homemade with our dough made fresh daily. We have a full menu including fresh, never frozen wings, salad bars, suds, sandwiches, and much more. In Center, we have a private dining area for birthday parties, club meetings, and other events. We'll be waiting for you at 1820 East Bypass and Center, and in Cedar Bluff, 3812 Alabama Highway 9. For your convenience, you can call in your order at our Center location, 256-92 Pizza, or Cedar Bluff, 256-557-8651. And we enjoy making your life easier. It's Miracle Pottery. Each pottery item is hand-turned from durable stoneware, clay body, and non-scratch high-fire glaze. Dishwasher oven and microwave safe, our handcrafted dinnerware and bakeware will last a lifetime, staying just as beautiful as the day it was born. Each pot is signed first with a cross in thanks to our Lord, our name, and then the year. We say a tiny prayer for the receiver of each piece that they receive abundant blessings in their lives. It's not just about pottery. We're located in the foothills of Appalachian Mountains near Minton and Valley Head, Alabama. Miracle Pottery is nestled at the base of the hills at 7871 Alabama Highway 117 between Gadsden, Alabama and Chattanooga, Tennessee. Please go to our website, miraclepottery.com, for more info about our other getaway cottages. You can also call us at 256-635-6863. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful, in the delightful town of Minton. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park, and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. We are back. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm one of your hosts of The Edge with Donna and Cathy. We're waiting on Cathy to come back in. Thank you so much for watching Afternoon Drive Home and The Edge with Donna and Cathy, beginning at 1 o'clock with The Edge. And then right after that Afternoon Drive Home, you can find us a number of different ways. You can go to the website, icradio.media. Did you know that you can actually go to abundancetv.com and you can download that way and watch the shows live, and anything they're running all through the day, you can catch it. It's a great station. You know, we're also found in Australia. So we've got a lot of folks. If you're thinking about advertising, you might want to think about coming on board with us, because you're going to get a lot of attention. I promise you that right now. Cathy and I are talking about how to save money this upcoming year. A lot of us have overspent for Christmas, and there's a website called Nerd Wallet. Fits me real well, nerdwallet.com. So go ahead and check that out. Now, Cathy, we were talking about the last one was about mapping out your major purchases. And then we also talked about restrict online shopping. You're going to get to a little bit more of that right now.
Yeah. Donna, if you would, on some of these we've actually talked about, I know, in previous shows. So I wanted to talk about the online shopping and kind of click on down, if you would. Go to bundling things, your home utilities this year, starting the new year. Call your cable company and your internet company, because a lot of times they'll bundle things together and you can save as much as $40 a month on it, just by changing the package. So call your cable company, call your internet provider. I actually called mine because our bill has just gone up and up and up over the past years. And actually, they actually gave me a price break. It's just a few dollars, but she said that they actually were doing it as a loyalty promotion, and it'll be good for about a year. So actually it's a few dollars discounted for a whole year. Now it's not a lot, but $10, $15, all of it adds up, you know. And then also your cell phone plan, because sometimes you can change your cell phone plan. But now you also got to make sure sometimes it's not as beneficial. I know with my carrier, I've been with them for 30 years. So actually I'm on an old plan that would be very, very expensive now, but because I've been on it so long, I'm kind of grandfathered in on that one. So my bill is about $30 more than if I went with another carrier. So it's actually not beneficial to me to switch at this point. So you've kind of got to weigh the pros and cons there.
I
Okay,
wanted to add something in on the cell phone stuff though, because I used to be in this business, and I'm going to tell you something very few people know about this that you can actually do. You can call them. Now you need to shop around with another carrier before you call them. Okay, don't be crude about it, but shop around with another carrier and tell them what you have and get a price from them. Then call your carrier, the existing carrier, and say, yeah, I've been talking with your competitor and this is what they can do. And I'll tell you, but now the first person you talk to is probably not going to be able to do what you need them to do. So what you need to do is say, I need to speak with your supervisor. Okay. Say, I need to speak with your supervisor. That person is actually paid to retain customers. They actually make a commission off of this to keep you in. So that's what you need to do. Go, and don't be rude to the first person. It's not their fault because they can't make those decisions. Listen to them, let them talk it out, and then say, that sounds pretty good, but I need to talk to your supervisor. That way you're going to get the absolute best price.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. And then Donna, you have talked about the next one already in a previous show, reducing your electric bill.
Yeah. You know something, you have vampires in your house.
Yeah.
I talked about that. So I'm going to go on down to something else, because you've all heard that. I've talked about vampires for years. The very first show I talked, everybody was going, vampires? What's she talking about? She believes in mystic vampires? Yeah, I do. They steal your electricity. So go back and look at another show on that. But this is a good one right here. Cancel unnecessary subscriptions. Before you know it, you backed up to something, and maybe something that you thought you're going to get free for 1 month and it didn't turn out to be, you know, what you thought it was going to be. And you thought you canceled it, but you didn't. You need to do a little background. But here's what it says. Uncheck the auto renew option on any subscriptions you're not using regularly. Okay, this is huge. Such as subscription boxes. You might even be paying for subscriptions you no longer use or need. You know, we all kind of go through different seasons in life. Renewing your credit card or bank statement carefully can help you flag any recurring expenses that they're going to get in there, you know. And so avoid signing up for free trials. That's what gets you every time. Be careful there. And make sure if you have a calendar and they say you get 2 weeks for free, make sure you put that on your calendar that you go back and uncheck that, or you get in contact with somebody and say, cancel the subscription, because it's like really hard, especially if you're using a debit card. It's easier if you use a credit card, but if you're using a debit card for that, it's going to make it a little bit tougher to get them to cancel it. Avoid signing up for the free trials that require payment information, or at least make a note, set a calendar. I got ahead of myself on that one, to cancel before that free period ends. That's key. Make sure you do that. Okay, Kathy, what's next? Looks like Cathy might be frozen time there. Okay, let me go on ahead and go back next to this one right here. And that's
No, you're frozen on my end. Oh, there you are. No, you were frozen on my end for some reason just a second ago. It may be because I think we're going to have some bad weather today. So it's a good thing we're wrapping up this show. I don't think we have but just a few more moments, do we, Donna?
we got 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
Okay, so the biggest thing is to create a budget. Creating your budget for next year. Isn't that right, Donna?
Yeah, you must create the budget.
Gotta have a budget.
Yeah.
Pay off high interest rate cards. Now, normally, I think there was 2 of them on there that we didn't mention. And that is refinancing your car loan and your home loan. Not a good time to do that right now. We're not going to, you can't go there. You don't want to refinance right now. The interest rates are too high, but hopefully those will get better. And if you actually do have to refinance, you'll be able to do that maybe in what do you think? 2 or 3 years?
Well,
maybe?
it's hard to predict because we have a weird economy right now, but this is something I do suggest you do. And my son and daughter-in-law made this happen. Brad and Larissa, I applaud them for this. What they did is they made extra payments. And you can do that even if it's only $100 to $200 a month. You'd be amazed at how much less interest you are paying when you just make an extra $100 a month, just an extra $100 a month payment. It's amazing how that works out. But this is important. Make sure they apply it to the principal part of it. Okay, not interest principal.
Very important. Very, very important. So take that spare change, save it in a little piggy bank, and then go to the bank, put it in your savings account, try to cut costs where you can. Okay. There's no need in panicking with anybody. You just got to try to save where you can and don't spend on things you don't really need this year. Maybe try to be more frugal and plan for those rainy days. Isn't that right, Donna?
Yeah, going ahead and have a garden this coming year. Right now it's time to start planning for that. You don't have to have a greenhouse, none of that stuff. Just have some seeds. You'd be amazing what comes out of one little bitty tomato seed, like one. And that'll save you from overspending. And another thing you might want to do too is as soon as those farmers markets come out, if you're not going to have a garden, shop with them. You're going to get the absolute best fruits and vegetables if you do that.
Oh yeah, because Donna, what tomato seeds cost? What, $5 maybe? And every time you go to buy
them from the previous year,
yeah, and then every time you go to the grocery store, the small thing, like right now, I'm buying tomatoes at the grocery store, the little cherry tomatoes, and you're going to spend anywhere from $4 to $8 for one little thing of cherry tomatoes. So I mean, last summer I didn't have to buy any tomatoes all summer long. So it was nice.
And what you do is you get one of your tomatoes and save the seeds. You make sure you get all that weird pulp and stuff out of it.
Right.
Make sure you dry them, put them on the paper towel, and you've already got tomatoes for the next year, for the next summer. So you don't have to buy any seeds whatsoever. We're going to have to go. Thank you so much for watching The Edge with Donna and Cathy every day, Monday through Friday.
Bye. See you next time.
Beginning at 1:00 p.m. and that's 1:00 p.m. Central. But thank you so much for watching. You are the apple of our eyeballs. I promise you that right now. We know you could be doing anything else. Have any suggestions? Make sure you send us an email, Donna@icradio.media or Cathy@icradio.media. And that's Cathy with a C. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. You're so cute. We love you. Bye-bye.